Sorry, I'm going to have to upload this in 2 videos because my phone ran out of storage space. But as MattPet says, the timeline for FNAF is already complicated. So there is a very high chance that we have some of it wrong, and that Henry Emily is the one who rebuilds the Mega Pizzaplex. Stranger things have happened in this series. And let's say that he does, since we know Bonnie used to be an animatronic at the Mega Pizzaplex, there is a high possibility that Henry Emily found the microchip with William Afton's mental consciousness on it and tried to incorporate it into his Bonnie character at the Mega Pizzaplex, realized what he did, and destroyed that animatronic and tried to bury the microchip. But in the process of doing that, he may have accidentally revived William Afton's spirit. So with the Henry Emily being the one rebuilding the Mega Pizzaplex, that hinges on a lot of him accidentally encompassing William Afton's mental consciousness and spirit into an animatronic that, like Bonnie, that we know at one point in time was a part of the cast at Mega Pizzaplex. A lot of this theory hinges on the fact that Henry Emily didn't mean to do that, which is possible. Another thing that is possible is that after he does that, he realizes what he did, and he notices that, as MattPet says, the animatronics start acting a little bit strange. Things that shouldn't be there start to appear, like the puppet plushies. Where the hell did those come from? He's never sold those at Mega Pizzaplex. There is no prize counter that has those. And then the fact that the staff bots are suddenly having tear streaks down their face like the puppet did. Let's say Henry Emily starts to notice that. All of a sudden he goes, oh shit, I fucked up, and tries to undo it all by completely completely ruining everything, bringing it all to ruin. Instead of Mrs. Afton being the one to bring it all to ruin, let's say Henry Emily is. That is more likely than an 88-year-old lady reviving a business that she didn't want to be a part of anyway. Because if you remember correctly, in her eyes, the business is what took her husband and her family away from her. It's the entire reason for all of her misery. So, I just don't find it plausible that at 88 she would try to even bother reviving it, because why would she want to? What would be her reasoning for wanting to do that? Henry Emily, on the other hand, would have a very good reasoning for wanting to do that. Because in his eyes, all the previous animatronics are no longer there. The remnant is gone. There is no more spirits controlling the animatronics. So, and to his knowledge, William is dead. So he rebuilds the Mega Pizzaplex, plugs in the microchip, a random microchip that he might have found in the process of building, into his Bonnie animatronic that he builds for the Mega Pizzaplex. Realizes what it is like a couple months afterwards, when all the freaking shit goes down. There's puppets showing up out of nowhere. There's reincarnations of the puppets on the staff bots. Realizes what he does. Tries his best to bury the Bonnie animatronic, which he could have made yellow in order to try to start fresh, and tries to bury the animatronic and the microchip in order to hopefully reverse everything. Then he realizes that that's not going to happen. He can't reverse what he did. So then he tries to just board the place up, walk away, and forget, and just never try to restart Freddy Fazbear's name again. That is a hell of a lot more plausible to me than Mrs. Afton, at the oldest possible age of 88, rebuilding a company that she didn't like to begin with. Why would she rebuild it? What would be her motivation for rebuilding that company? I can see her motivation for rebuilding her family, but why would she rebuild the company by building the Mega Pizzaplex if all she has to do is build another robot, mind control Vanessa, and just try to we encompass William by using the microchip. Why would she go through all the extra steps of building an entire new restaurant, an entire new company, when all she would want to do is just rebuild her family? It's much more plausible that maybe she did build, like MatPat says, maybe she did build Gregory as a robot version of the crying child. And then let's say Michael Afton ends up taking over an animatronic, or his spirit is brought to life by her doing that. And let's say that she tries to revive her family, and then Henry Emily comes along and, not knowing what she had done there, builds a mega pizzaplex, finds a microchip, and then from there, security breach happens the way security breach happens in the game. To me, that's more plausible. I find that more believable than MatPat's theory at the end. The rest of his theory in that video, I think, is spot on. I think it absolutely could have happened. I don't have any issues with the rest of his theory. It's just the fact that Mrs. Afton is the one rebuilding the company in the 2030s that I have a small issue with, because at that time she would be an elderly woman, and I don't see why she would want to. I don't know. Maybe I'm off my walker. Maybe I'm losing it. I have no idea. Let me know in the comments, and maybe us as a community can figure this out. I have no idea. But those are my two theories as to what happens at the end. One of them sticks with MatPat's, that Mrs. Afton is the one who rebuilds it. But she would be an elderly woman at that time, and I don't see why she would want to. The other theory I have, which I think is more plausible, is Henry Emily tries to rebuild it and fucks up in the process, and realizes what he does, and then tries to board the place up and close it down, like we see in Security Breach Ruin, and walk away, realizing that he unknowingly released William Afton again, and doesn't want to have to go through all the burning it down thing, because in 2030, arson would be taken as a serious crime. He wouldn't get away with it this time, and he knows that, so he just tries to board it up and tries to just walk away and act like it never happened. But you tell me what you guys think in the comments.